Play some Sentinels.
Fixer. Oh, fickle fix. Come on.
Oh, you quote out of context.
I am this person now. We're gonna win. Environment kills us. So yeah, I could have waited in.
Damage, Dread Warlord Voss!
I did that.
All right, how choppy is it, everybody? Let us know in the hang on, maybe if I do this, let's see. And I don't mean just when I went how, like that doesn't count as choppy. That was me being physically choppy. That was not the computer.
Echo.
All right, seems fine now. All right, it must have just been the loading of the media file or whatever it was that was acting funky. So, all right.
I think that video is like murder on video encoders too.
Yeah, I
the way it like swirls around and like everything, like that's like worst case scenario.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. All right, so it's Tuesday, it's 7-ish, so it's time to welcome the entire internet to Sentinels Live.
Hello, the internet.
Hello, internet. 7-ish Eastern, of course. Eastern time is what I'm talking about. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I gotta hang on my mute button again because I'm still coughing. All right. So thanks for joining us around the digital tabletop while we play Sentinels of the Multiverse. The goal of these streams is to have some fun while showing you how to play the game, as well as covering strategies that might help you win. Handelabra Games does believe in civil rights for all and being as inclusive as we possibly can be. So if we detect any comments or activity that are actively working against that ever so noble goal, don't be surprised if you feel the sting of the banhammer. If you enjoy the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe, and be sure to check out the other shows right here on twitch.tv/HandelabraGames. We've got Dolphins Dive, which is sort of a Sentinels deep dive into strategy. That's Thursdays at 6 p.m. Most Thursdays. I think it was off this past week. As well as Tales from the Archive, which is usually on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We already saw in the chat this week that there was a little bit of confusion over the fact that Zach was actually at PAX East this week, so there was no Tales from the Archive, but our tweets led everybody to believe that there would be a Tales from the Archive. So we apologize. This week was a little bit weird. We should be back to usual this week that we are currently in. I'm Jeremy. You can follow me at Mr. J Handel. That's MRJHANDEL, not DLE. Joining me as always is John, who you can follow at Migrant P, MIGRANTP, and you can always follow the
migrating around in Lisbon, Portugal.
Currently in Lisbon, and actually it's funny. My mom just told me she booked a cruise where she's going to be in Lisbon, and it's a crossing where she's going to go from Lisbon to somewhere in South America. And I was like, oh, my partner's in Lisbon right now, and she was.
It's a lot of sea days.
Yes, yeah, it's like a 2.5 week cruise where you like are in Lisbon for one day. Then you get on a boat, and you're on a boat the entire time until you. I think
probably stop in the Azores or something.
Yeah, I think there's like 1 or 2 stops, but yeah, there's a lot of sea days on that cruise. But I would take that. Man, cruises are awesome. I haven't been on a cruise in too long. It's been like 2, maybe 3 years since I went on the Disney cruise with my kids, and that was amazing. I don't know how anybody here particularly feels about Disney as a company. I happen to have no problems with Disney as a company, but their cruises, if there is a company in the world that knows how to treat kids, it is Disney. Like, we were told, oh, you'll be able to leave your kids and like go enjoy the pool and everything will be fine. And my wife was like, we're not having it. We're not doing it. What she didn't realize is that the kids, when they check in, they get like an electric armband that tracks them wherever they are. So it's impossible for them to get lost. You can, like on your phone, which can get onto the Wi-Fi on the ship, you can see where they are. You will get a notification if they go outside of the area they're supposed to be in. It was amazing. And all the whole time that they're being supervised, they're like playing Avengers, they're watching movies, they're doing crafts, they're doing like cool dance activities. I mean, it was amazing. If you have kids, I highly recommend the Disney cruise. It's a fantastic thing. All right, so
until there's a Sentinels of the Multiverse cruise.
Until
and
there
then
is
we'll
a
recommend that.
exactly right. As we are the developers, you can always be sure to get some insight into the process and maybe see some stuff before anyone else. Last week we did that. We showed you the Celestial Tribunal, which is the new environment that's coming in Mini Pack 4. Sometime in the next month or so, we may even have more new stuff to show you. As those of you out there who have been following along know, the Oblivion Kickstarter, talking of course about the physical world, is finally going to be shipping in like the May-June area. And that means that we will finally be able to hopefully start showing off the other two heroes that are going to be coming in Mini Pack 4. That's Benchmark and Stuntman. We can't tell you officially exactly the date we're going to start showing those off digitally, but I can tell you that we're working on them. They are coming together. They are pretty close to being ready to be shown off. Not next week, probably not the week after, but who knows? Sometime in the next month to month and a half, you can probably be...
Yeah, Greater Than Games has announced that they're doing some preview streams of the tabletop towards the end of April. We're talking to them about digital stuff, so
exactly.
Stay tuned and definitely watch out for that.
Super exciting to have some new Sentinels content coming. And I know like it's been longer than everybody was hoping for, but there's a lot of new content coming. I mean, we took a bit of a diversion to work on Bottom 9th, and another bit of a diversion to work on One Deck Dungeon, which, by the way, had a new release today, version 0.8, which is still in early access, but now we got achievements, statistics, all kinds of cool stuff. Check out onedeckdigital.com to see what's happening in the One Deck Dungeon world. But we took some detours to work on that, but we are still full on working on Sentinel stuff. We got all kinds of Oblivion things. Jen's been working on the environment. Jean-Marc's been working on the music. We're super excited to show you all the stuff that's coming for the rest of Season 2, which will be finishing off, as the final stuff ships for the tabletop. All right, the game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain exactly what we're doing, when we do it, and why. John is much better explaining what he's doing, when he's doing it, and why than I am. Sometimes I'm like, the reason I'm doing this is because I kind of want to see what happens if I play this card. But that's why you tune in, because you like the idea of like someone who really knows what they're doing and someone who's a bit of a loose cannon. Depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we often play multiple games in each 2-hour episode, and Sentinels is currently available on iOS, Android, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. Check out sentinelsdigital.com for more info and to download and try the demo absolutely free. And I've asked this before. I stopped asking it for a while because it seems like a lot of you did it. But if you own the game and you have not yet done so, please do give us a rating or a review. That would be super helpful. It helps with visibility, helps new players get a feel for the game, etc., etc. All right, so let me get caught up on the chat after I've done with my little thingy. I haven't been on a cruise in 28 years, says Bone Wrap. Coworkers keep recommending Alaska cruises. I've also been on an Alaska cruise, actually. My grandmother turned 80 the year that my wife and I had been married for 1 year. So we did a 80-year, Grandma turns 80 / Jeremy and Lisa's 1-year anniversary Alaska cruise that she took us on with a couple of the other members of the family, and it was really, really, really cool. Alaska is a beautiful country. Obviously, not a lot of sitting around the pool and getting sun, but it was really, really fun. So, all right, let's hit online multiplayer and make a new game. And yeah, what should we play tonight?
I don't know.
Oh, Citizen's talking about
tonight.
Citizen's talking about going to the Harry Potter thing. Yes, I am waiting. We're waiting to go to Harry Potter World until my kids have all at least had some experience with the Harry Potter books. My youngest, we're just getting started on them, and I want her to be a little bit further along before we go there. I did the Pottermore thing, and I am apparently a Slytherin. But hey, don't be judging us Slytherins, all right?
I guess it's a Progeny week on the letters page. So
it is a Progeny week. We can do Progeny. I will randomize until I get a Progeny game. Let's see what we get. Boss, Kismet, Deadline.
I will let the chat suggest me 2 heroes. I will take the first person who says 2 heroes, and I will use those heroes. You could be the first person. Lude Dolphin only said 1. That's not good enough, Lude.
Man.
All right.
Baron Blade and Kismet are really... Man, the randomizer is really interested. What is going on with this randomizer tonight?
I don't know.
It's picking the same 3 in a row. Matriarch, Deadline, Choke Point. Chairman, Voss.
I'm
Choke
seeing other
Point.
things.
Dreamer. Dawn. Kismet. Apostate. It's definitely picking a lot of the same ones over and over again.
That is part of randomness.
It is part of randomness. Oh, shoot! That was it. I was going on autopilot. All right, so let me bring Progeny back, and we'll stick with this. Ruins of Atlantis, and it looks like I've got the Sentinels, so... I got Slytherin on Pottermore, and that is hot garbage. I have 0 ambition.
If you pressed random 20 times and got 20 different villains, then I would suspect the randomizer.
Okay.
Right, what did he say? Tachyon and Bunker. All right. Deal.
And since I am still, after almost an entire week, listening to the Tempest episode, I will pick one of the Tempests. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I don't know if I want that one. I think I'm just going to do regular old Tempest. Let me look at the other ones again. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, just regular old Tempest is what I'm going to do. All right, so we'll do that.
All right.
Good times. All right, so we got...
Let's do regular Progeny.
All right, so we got regular Progeny at Ruins of Atlantis versus Tachyon. Is that regular? I think that's regular Sentinels, right? Yep, regular Sentinels, Bunker, and Tempest. So no variants. Look at that.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the episode yet. But apparently they revisit the discussion of the head shooting into space, which is hilarious.
The head bullet. No time to waste. Let's see how fast we can make this.
Let's see. Speedrun time.
I will say I'm very excited to finally get a little bit more information. I am several weeks behind on the letters page. As I think I just mentioned, I'm still listening to the Tempest episode, which is over 3 hours long. I still have 40 minutes left in the Tempest episode. Lots of great information about Tempest, but that means I only just listened to the environment, like a couple environment episodes in a row, and so I've learned some interesting stuff about Ruins of Atlantis, but I have not yet listened to like the Progeny episode or any of the other more recent episodes. So. All right, hang on a second. I gotta get my finger on my mute button. All right, so Tachyon has Accelerated Assault, Accelerated Assault, Accelerated Assault, and Synaptic Interruption. I think I'm going to be accelerating my assaults a lot. We've got a Coordinated Assault, Positive Energy.
I'm playing Tachyon, so you won't be.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Coordinated Assault, Positive Energy, Restorative Burst, and Team Communication for the Sentinels. Bunker has got Ammo Burst, or excuse me, Ammo Drop.
You really want to be playing Tachyon.
Yeah, I do, apparently. Decommission Hardware, External Combustion, and Flat Cannon. And Tempest is so tempestuous that he has a Ball Lightning, which I'm going to bring that up because I literally just heard Christopher say, the polarizing power of electricity can produce many interesting results. Him and Adam spent a good 5 minutes talking about why that was one of the worst lines that Christopher has ever written, and he's super not proud of it. So I wanted to bring that up. But we got a Ball Lightning, we've got a Grievous Hailstorm into the Stratosphere and Reclaim from the Deep. And that was it. That's all 4 heroes. All right. So let's see what Progeny has for us. We got a Scion of the Storm. Arg, Atlantis, my most hated environment.
It would be from Pirate.
Arr. And we get an Elemental Outburst.
That's not too bad. Let's see what his second card play is, though.
A Sign of Blight.
Yeah, you'll probably enjoy the extra-sode, Jeremy, the history that's like talking about how they started, because it's like, we've talked to them about that a lot, but it goes into more detail. And they talk more about like when they were kids and like the stuff they invented and the stuff they did when in comics and all that stuff.
Oh,
it's
cool.
pretty interesting.
All right. The extra-sode. All right, so let me see here. So we've got, I'm on Tempest. So we've got Prime Wardens, Voss, Editor's Note 16, Dispiration Darkwatch, the GT. Oh, extra-sode number 1, the GTG origin story. Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I've got like 4 more episodes to get through before I get to that one.
All right, let's go with Synaptic Interruption, since that'll be a burst in the trash. And I can discard a Nimble Strike. Yeah, but with Sign of Blight, Tachyon will probably be happy to discard cards.
Oh yeah, how different would it be if we weren't next to each other at that PAX? That is a good question. For sure. All right, I feel like starting with team communication.
Or if they hadn't signed a deal with the other company and they signed a deal with us straight away.
Yeah, man, how different would that have been?
But I don't know, like, would that be good or not?
I don't know if it would have been, because like I'm a big proponent of the fact, and again, so let's get into some history while we're playing here. Let's get into some history of Handelabra. This is the extra-sode of Sentinels Live. Handelabra was just an app company before it became a game studio, and yeah, we'll do some click in this form. And I feel very strongly at this point, needed to fail as an app company to realize that what we really needed to be was a game company. So if we had succeeded in citing Sentinels at that first PAX in 2011 and had embarked upon making the Sentinels of the Multiverse game, number one, we would have made it with a completely different team. And that might have changed things a lot, because most of the people we had hired for that team were not game developers first. They were specifically just like full stack app developers. So that's an interesting thing about, but I should probably pay attention to which cards I want to play here.
Yeah, and like the people we hired later wouldn't have been looking for jobs at that time or whatever, right? So like, I
mean, let's just imagine how different the music would be. Because at that point, we didn't even know who Jean-Marc was. So that would have been, oh, man.
It still could have happened with Jean-Marc because he actually is the best friends of my cousin. So it's possible we could have like connected at another time, but.
Fair enough. All right, let's do. All right, does he have the thing out? Which one is which is the one that like when you hit him he heals? He doesn't have that one out, right?
He doesn't have that.
All right, so I'm gonna.
He makes us discard cards. But that's fine because we have Tachyon and she wants to discard.
She wants to discard, and I just drew a bunch. So, so I'm gonna use another power. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that yet. I'll just do this. And then you want to discard? Yeah.
Yeah, if we hadn't met them, I also wouldn't have a Young Legacy variant card, OG, and original art print from Adam that I'm pretty sure they printed on like their home printer.
Yeah, and actually, I like completely serendipitously, I am wearing my OG Rook City T-shirt that I got at that first convention right now. Yeah, that's exactly
Those were
it.
at the second convention. Those were at the PAX East, weren't they?
Oh, maybe they were at the PAX East. Whatever it was.
They wouldn't have been there.
Well, they were. I mean, they were they were kickstarting Rook City at that PAX Prime. Like they had just launched the game at Gen Con a month earlier, and it was like we're currently trying to kickstart our very first expansion. So maybe the T-shirts weren't printed yet.
Right. Yeah, I got a T-shirt at the PAX East. It was too small.
What would Handelabra would have become if they didn't meet Greater Than Games? A minor footnote in history that might not even have a Wikipedia page. That's the long and the short of it. Like, we made some interesting stuff, but none of it really set the world on fire.
Yeah, none of it stuck.
None of it really stuck. So, yeah. Yeah, I might have actually become Baron Blade. That's exactly right. Did not realize that Handelabra wanted to work with Greater Than Games that first year Sentinels was out, as well as only the second con. That's right. Yeah, so we met them, like I just said, a month after they had launched the game, and it like set the world on fire at Gen Con, and they were right next to us somewhere. You know what? Let me see if I'll try and find a picture, because I'm sure I've got a picture of our two booths next to each other, and I will tweet that or something later. But they were literally, you know, up on the 6th floor at PAX Prime. They were right next door to us. Let me look at what we've got here. Do I want to?
Yeah, I've got some pictures.
Those are not ongoings. I don't think we want to reclaim the deep yet. Now this is interesting. Should I into the stratosphere one of those scions, and then we just know what's coming next?
I don't. You could, but I guess if you wanted, you could. But then, like when it comes out, it deals damage. So
oh yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah,
I'll just Grievous Hailstorm.
I'll just Grievous Hailstorm. That's fine. Yeah, so we were right next door to them, and we sort of met them during setup, and they were like, hey, we got this superhero thing, and we're like, hey, we've got this, you know, this presidential pugilism thing. It was actually called Uncle Slam at that point, and the reason why I'm laughing is because John was just telling me we just got the notification from Apple that if we don't update it to 64-bit, it's going to be delisted sometime in the next month, which we knew was coming. I mean, we haven't put any money into Uncle Slam in years at this point, but it was still available because it still worked. But it's getting to the point now where Apple's like, all right, we're pruning out the games that don't work anymore, and
oh, this is the worst. Progeny just got to play a free card, and we don't get to play cards because you destroyed it. And then he destroys all our stuff. Yeah, so go ahead with what you're saying.
Oh, just that, you know, Uncle Slam is soon going to be also another footnote of history.
That's right. If you want Uncle Slam, now's the time to go get it, because we're not going to be updating it.
All right, who called Progeny flipping in turn 2? I saw that somewhere in the chat.
Sentinels, right? That's going to happen. And irreducible damage.
Yeah, so the thing is like John actually bought one of those original copies of Sentinels of the Multiverse that they were selling at that con. I did not. I played it, but I was still like, Sentinels was like one of the first sort of modern board games that I had ever played. I was not in the tabletop world at that point yet. I think at that con I might have also played Munchkin sometime later, but I was kind of like, this is really cool. I love these characters. I love the design or whatever. And I remember specifically I asked Christopher, I was like, do you have any plans to like make this simpler so that it could be like a kid's game? Because at that point I had, did I have all 3 kids? Let's see, 2011, 2018. I think I may, let's see, Violet just turned 7. I think my wife might have been pregnant with our third, Violet, at that point. And so I had a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And so I was probably asking them, like, I think I said to Christopher, like, any ideas about, like, maybe dumbing this down to make it more palatable for, like, a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old? And he was like, yeah, probably not. But that was what drew me to it. I was like, man, these stories, these characters, whatever. And John was like, man, these mechanics and this strategy or whatever. And so both of us were like, this is cool. Let's see if we can make a deal with these guys. And they were like, yeah, funny story. We kind of already sold the rights to somebody else. And we were like, oh, well, if that ever changes, you let us know. And then I doggedly chased them to every convention they went to for the next 2 years until the rights that they sold to that other company expired. And they were like, all right, fine, you can have them. Yeah, I think they probably talk about this.
Is nice, but I don't have enough cards to play, so I'm discarding it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I like I said, I have not listened to the extra sode yet, but they probably talk about the fact that like when they went to that first Gen Con, they needed to sell at least X copies of the game in order to be able to buy gas to fuel the van to drive home. That was the thing that I distinctly remember them telling me. And so when someone came up to them at that first Gen Con and was like, hey, can we buy the rights for some amount of money? And I won't say how much because I don't know what the rule is. They were like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. That's great. And that locked up the rights for 3 years until that company was like, yeah, we're not actually going to do anything about this.
Yeah, I think they looked at it and were like, we can't make this. It's too hard.
Yeah. And we're like, too hard? Hold my beer. Oh, they did say how much. Okay, good. So, good. So you guys can discuss amongst yourselves how much they were bought for. All right. What do I want to play with the Sentinels here? Hero deals. Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to do that. I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, I have both of the things that lets me bring someone back since the Idealist is probably going to be going away.
You're probably going to need him.
Yeah, so let's just do this. I don't think it's boosted by anything, so we'll do it with her.
Tachyon.
Yeah, you said you don't have a lot of cards. Sentinels are lousy with cards if I need to get rid of
I can discard Sucker Punch.
Okay. Yeah, like they've definitely made more than that amount just from our royalty payments for Sentinel's Sidekick in like the first couple of months. Because like and again, I don't know how much of this they went into the extra sode, but like the way that we sort of cemented that relationship with them was that we signed a deal to basically say, all right, we made this Sentinel Sidekick, which doesn't use any of your intellectual property yet. but we've launched it and people are using it and it's a thing. What if we could put the actual artwork from the game in Sentinel Sidekick and then we just license it from you for a royalty? And they were like, that sounds like a cool idea. We'll make it like the official companion app and it'll be a thing. And so we did that and we added the artwork and we did a thing. And probably within the first few months, we certainly sent them more than $1,000. So it instantly became a more lucrative deal than whatever that other company was trying to do. All right, yep, I can do that.
Who wants to discard?
Handelabra, speaking of it, will Sidekick be updated for Oblivion? Of course it will.
Yep. Sentinels want to discard?
I've got cards if that's the best choice. So.
And you have a card that lets you draw 4.
Yeah.
You might want to hang on to your cards that heal everyone, though.
Should I just get rid of this obvious utility?
Yeah. And keep ammo drop.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right.
So if you hit Progeny... Oh, wait, you did hit Progeny, so you can hit him again.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you hadn't, then it would be a net loss.
Yeah, it would be, yeah, he would gain a hit for 1, heal for 2, or whatever.
Hey, Cleansing Downpour.
Nice.
Activate.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, but we can't play cards.
And actually, since I know you folks all come here for cool business conversations. Sentinel Sidekick does not, it's not, we're not going to retire on the revenues from Sentinel Sidekick. But it still does.
+2 lightning damage.
It still does
consist.
Yeah, the +2 lightning is not okay. It does still sell and people still use it. So yeah, it's not end of life. We'll definitely be updating it for Oblivion.
Yeah, I think over time it's paid for itself, but it's not making like a money maker.
Yeah, exactly. Like it will. At the end of the day, it will probably have proved to be a somewhat break-even product. Because like it started as like a weekend project that John did on his own time because he wanted it when he played Sentinels. And he came to me and was like, "Hey, so I put this thing together. Could we launch this as a Handelabra, Handelabra studio project?" And I was like, "Why not? I mean, it's functional. It gets the job done. Why not?" And then we went to them and said, "Hey, why don't we, license it and put the artwork in it and whatever?" And so, I mean, I'd say it probably sells a couple $100 worth every month. When you compare that to what John probably spent on it, and then what we did to do like the artwork and all these other kinds of things. Yeah, it's not ever going to be something that makes us, we're not going to retire on that, but it's a cool product and it's great to have out there because, I think, one of the things that was always an early, I don't want to use the word complaint, but an early maybe criticism of Sentinels is that it can be very hard to keep track of everything. And so having any tool out there that helps you remember what you have out on the table was
especially when you used to have to track maximum HP changes also was first version. Well, there go the Sentinels.
Yay!
This has been a monster turn. And then we can't play cards.
Who needs cards? It's only a card
So what's
game.
our second game going to be?
Yeah, good question.
I guess I will draw 2.
Yeah, for anyone who's curious how the original rules of Sentinels plays, play Challenge Spite. Because that is the way that they all used to be.
What are you talking about?
Right? That there was no max HP? That max HP would just go up when you healed?
No. Max HP could change.
Oh, max HP could change.
That doesn't mean that it... I mean, it's still max. Maximum means maximum.
Gotcha.
I thought you were referring to the fact that Spites in original playtesting didn't have max HP.
Oh, didn't have max HP.
And the challenge version of Spite is a take back to that playtest.
All right, so we got one target regains 2, one player may play a card, one player may draw a card or destroy an ongoing. So he doesn't have any ongoings that are worth destroying, and the leaking room is not an ongoing. So
Can't play cards. So
we can't play
probably
cards.
either someone heals or Tachyon draws a card, I guess. Probably someone regains 2.
Yeah.
Whoever's lowest.
Yep, that works for me.
Can't play cards. Yeah. If we're lucky, we'll get another turn, but we might have another turn like he just did, or maybe Leaking Room will get played again. I would just skip. Get more options. But if you want to do 1 damage to discard
Yeah,
it,
I mean, he doesn't have his heal thing out, but yeah, I agree. Like getting another extra card. All right, so there's Grievous Hailstorm and Chain Lightning. Well, we'll see.
And
Ooh.
all right.
I have my healer. So
Yeah.
So this could be a thing that helps us out here.
Yeah. Oh, supersonic response is actually going to be better than sonic vortex here, so maybe I'm going to get rid of lightning reflexes, which is kind of dumb, but yeah. Yeah, we'll probably want to keep this phosphorescent around if we can outpace Progeny, but I don't know if that's going to happen because it also increases his damage. So
Yeah. I want all of these cards.
you don't really need the hailstorm if you're going to be healing.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. All right.
Leo's up to 11 months. Thanks, Leo.
Hey, thanks, Leo. One of the regulars on the letters
Oh,
page.
great. Increased damage dealt by Progeny by 2. That's exactly what we needed.
Totally.
And then he flipped back over because we were silly and healed Bunker up, and now he's dealing 6 damage to everyone. Yeah, good. Shouldn't have healed Bunker. That was a mistake.
This is all fine. It's all fine. We're fine.
Well, I'm definitely going to punch him for 3 and 3.
Think of how amazing it's going to feel when we win this game.
You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Hot goggles. I don't have any cards. Give me something else. Time of Tribulations is actually going to be good because it gets rid of the Scion. Yeah, here we could have probably... I'm thinking if we want, like, Bunker could, like, turtle up and Tempest could just heal everyone. That might be a way to go. Tempest is going to get killed, though, because he's at the lowest. Any thoughts? I really wish I had an Omni Cannon, then we could put it into play. Are you there? Am I on my own? I guess I'm on my own. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Can you see me? It's interesting. And you can see me. We'll try unplugging. Can people hear Jeremy? Jeremy has gone mute, according to Loot Dolphin.
I hit the button. Sorry.
There we go.
I'm back.
It was Jeremy all along.
It was me all along. Sorry, everybody. All right, so what are you thinking? You're thinking Bunker play a card?
I think if Bunker could play like heavy plating and then recharge mode and then turtle up until he gets Omni Cannon, I think that's a bad call.
Yeah, so I have a mute button on my thingy here, and I use it to mute when I'm gonna cough like this. and then I unmute, and you saw me coughing, but you didn't hear me coughing, so.
And you have to pick a player.
Yep. There you go. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. And that's the thing, like, you can even see, like, if my little light on my microphone is on, that's how you know if you can hear me or not. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. I
can't see that.
You can't see that. The stream can see it. So anybody out there go see Ready Player One?
Tempest, heal us up.
Yep.
I have not seen it.
I super enjoyed it.
I've heard it's good. The trailer didn't look good, but do we want to keep Phosphorescent around?
Let's see. 9, 9, and 8 versus 72. Does he have? He doesn't have his healing thing out?
Yeah, I mean, overall, this is probably bad for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's fine.
If he does damage more than once on the turn, it's bad for us. Basically. Yeah, I guess like blinding speed. It's a burst. But Sonic Vortex is like a little bit of damage. Yes, I'll keep the blinding speed around. It's probably more useful in case I need it. Bunker.
9 plus 9 equals 18 times 8 equals 72. Illuminati confirmed. Exactly.
18 times 8 is not 72, by the way.
I don't know. I'm just reading what that said.
No, I mean, it does say that.
I mean, what do you think? Chain Lightning to discard here? Like, I'm trying to think of what I can do to mitigate as much damage. Like, is he going to be doing more than 5?
Probably not going to use Into the Stratosphere against Progeny, because like anything he puts into play, you don't want him to play it again.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
And Shielding Winds is actually really good against Progeny, and we can't play cards, so whatever.
Chichuki says, I think the half in the bag on Ready Player One pretty much covered his problems or her problems. I don't know, Chichuki, but yeah, like YouTube keeps suggesting that to me because I watched all of the people whose opinions I care about Ready Player One, and I'm like, do I really want to watch theirs? Because I feel like, oh, Skype chat is still on. Sorry, I will turn that off. There you go. There, now you can see more of John's smiling face. Yeah, but half in the bag. Obviously, I loved all of the original Star Wars reviews from Half in the Bag, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't agree with their opinions about things. So I'm kind of happy with the fact that I enjoyed Ready Player One, and I'm not super looking to find out all of the things that everybody thought was bad about it. So what are you gonna do?
All right, my heavy plating got blown up because I forgot about Time of Tribulations. Well. And another Time of Tribulations came out, which is good because he's getting rid of his Scions, but he's also doing with +2 damage. And there goes Tempest. So much for Healbot.
I like there's a little tiny Jeremy over John's shoulder. Yeah, that's the Skype thing. I don't think there's a way to make that go away. Oh, there we go. I can split screen with him, so you can see John and the little tiny Jeremy next to him. That's dumb.
So basically, it's going to be Bunker tries to power up an Omni Cannon to kill Progeny in one shot. Or maybe Tachyon can help, but she's probably going to get killed on Progeny's turn. So I think let's have Bunker draw a card so I can try to get Omni Cannon and start charging it up.
Yeah, they're harsher on movies, but like they are fun to listen to. Like there is at least that, so I don't have a problem with that. I'll tell you, my absolute favorite movie YouTube channel is probably Movies with Mikey. If you've never watched Movies with Mikey, you should look it up and you should watch. He used to do reviews for one of the big sites. I don't remember, but yeah, his style is awesome, and it like no matter what he's talking about, it is super fun. So you should check out.
Well, we could make Here's Immune to Radiant damage, and he won't murder the lowest. That's probably a good call.
And Radiant. 6 times 9? 6 times 9? The trick with flying is to throw yourself at the ground and miss.
And then the Kraken comes out and attacks Tachyon instead of Progeny. Amazing.
Good times.
There's nothing we can do in this game. Alright, my beer is over. I'm switching to the cheapest box wine. This is less than €1. It
Boxed
is as good
wine,
as you imagine.
ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not against a box of wine, but you should always spend €1 more. That is our rule. But I was like, I'm just going to buy this and see what it's like.
Right on. Is it white or red, or what is it?
It is the most... I don't know if you can really see this. It looks like water. Like, it is the most pale white wine I've ever seen.
It's the whitest white wine.
Like, yeah. Do I have a piece of paper? So here's a piece of paper. I'm going to pass the wine in front of the paper. Like, that's incredible, right?
It looks like water that came out of a somewhat suspect tap.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
So if you spend €2, you can get a pretty decent table wine. But €1 is not enough. I like the reaction of the Jack. The finest of white wines, vodka. Why couldn't I play a card? What? Oh, because freaking Progeny won't let us play cards now. This is the worst.
Ah.
Why did we play Progeny? Who voted for that from the chat? You're fired. I don't know if there's anything we could have done in this game to...
The wine is so raw, it's still mooing.
Well, we can at least destroy it. Destroy the Hour of Reckoning. It's not going to destroy any scions because they're all gone anyways. I thought this was a card game. Do I want to destroy recharge mode? No, I don't have Omnicannon yet, so...
Oh man, I see people talking about, like, I used to read a book a month. Now it's better, whatever it was. It went up too fast. But I spent probably about 5 years where I did not read a single full book from cover to cover.
So actually now we should... Oh, I've been disconnected. We should make us immune to melee because of the Kraken. And I'm definitely offline now, and it's not just you.
I mean, I can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
So,
you went totally silent, so I thought that you were...
Yeah, I pushed my button.
Okay.
All right, we're going to wait and see if
see.
Migrant P comes back. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, I'm going to pop open my Kindle to tell you what I'm reading right now. If anyone out there is at all interested in the process of making games, I am currently reading something called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. The triumphant, turbulent stories behind how video games are made. I'm really enjoying it so far. The first several chapters that I've read are a little bit too far into the making video games requires crunch and therefore crunch is required side. But I think that's just I think that falls out of the fact that he interviewed a lot of people for whom that was their reality. And so he's not necessarily taking a position. He's mostly just reporting the news. But it is a really, really, really good book so far. It's got, like they talk about the makings of Diablo 3, the making of the Uncharted series. So a lot of really interesting stuff.
I think JZC has said what I was going to say, that like I don't read books as much anymore, but I read more than I ever used to because there's so much to read on the internet across articles and comments and all sorts of content that's like different format, but I read more than I ever had.
I definitely read more
but
words.
Not books.
Yes, I read more words for sure, but I definitely do not read more like packaged books.
Yeah.
So are we waiting for you to come back, or what's happening here?
Yeah, I quit Steam to try to quit Sentinels, and Steam is freaking out now. So
all right, I will wait. I will continue to wait. Yeah, so like that was. I've been reading a lot of. I don't know that I would call it nonfiction, although it's probably technically nonfiction. It's mostly stuff that's somewhere in that in-between phase, which is like I read a ton of like pseudo memoirs. Like I read the Anna Kendrick book, Scrappy Little Nobody, which I thought was really good.
I want to read Joe Zija's book.
Oh yes, that's on my list.
Joe Zija is also known as the voice of Guys.
Voice of Guys in the video game.
He's a science fiction author. Really interesting looking books, but I haven't found the time yet.
You're Never Weird on the Internet Almost, a memoir by Felicia Day. That was really good too.
All right, I'm back in the game.
Okay.
Online multiplayer. Might have to. If this doesn't go, then it'll be like tether time.
Oh, Year Zero. That is something I would highly recommend. Actually, that is a book that I would say was written in the grandest tradition of Douglas Adams. It's about the music industry, but with space. That's all I'm going to say about that. So I think if you're at all interested, Year Zero, I would recommend that. All right, still waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and put my phone in the window. BRB.
Okay. Oh, RPG source books, nice. Hankra, yes, Felicia Day wrote a book. And it's definitely one of those books that's like, it's actually very similar to the Anna Kendrick book, which is like, it is a memoir. So it tells the story of how they came up and, you know, their early childhood and how their influences led them to do things that they do. Obviously, Anna Kendrick was very much like, I wanted to be an actor. I did like a Broadway show. My parents had to like fight to make ends meet, but then I made it big. Felicia Day's is more, I was a geek. I was trying to do these things. And then I made it medium. She certainly didn't make it as big as Anna Kendrick, but she's obviously carved out like a niche that really works for her. And I think that, you know, reading books that tell those kinds of stories are really, really cool, in my opinion.
So I put my phone in the window, but it did reconnect. So let's see. Before I tether. Let's see if the DSL holds up.
Still waiting.
And then I got disconnected again. All right. Quit Steam, switch Wi-Fi. I might drop off here for a minute. We'll see.
All right.
Assuming my phone appears. Looking for networks.
This is what you guys tuned into Sentinels Live for. I know it.
Yeah.
It's the technical problems and the disconnects.
Internet across the world that I live with.
Imagine how much more sketchy this would have been if I would have had to stream from my house. And that's, I was saying this to John mostly. You people don't know this, but I actually had to work from home today because of various reasons. And when I have to stream from home, those of you who are longtime watchers of the show know that me streaming from home means that it's very likely that there will be at least one, possibly more than one drop as in the course of the stream. I actually pay for pretty good internet, but for some reason it still just drops, even when I plug directly into the modem. So,
all right, I'm going to turn off video, so boop.
All right.
All right. Sentinels is on. Rejoin the game in progress. Loading.
Hey, look at that. He's back.
All
Now
right.
you just get a little picture of John with a little picture of me in the corner.
Yeah. Let's choose melee.
All right.
Because the Kraken is doing more damage than Progeny, and there might become two Krakens. Which, I mean, we could just give ourselves into the Krakens.
There's a second
Yeah.
Kraken.
That would have ended the game. I mean, well, it wouldn't have ended the game, I guess. Tachyon. Tachyon's going to get out of Progeny here, but... Hey, recharge mode.
And there goes Tachyon.
All right, it's all on Bunker and the exhortations of his teammates. So, Bunker... I still don't have an Omni Cannon. I really need the Omni Cannon in order to proceed, so draw a card.
Maybe I'll skip ahead to the extra sode so that I can listen to that once I'm done with the Tachyon.
I would say the regain 2 HP is going to be most useful here.
All right.
You can go AFK if you want.
All right. I will stop clicking things.
And I I kind of do want to play heavy plating, so I'm going to, yes, destroy it.
John Rage came back. Yeah, I will tell you, like...
I don't think I think I need to reload the chat. It hasn't refreshed.
Ah.
It's like...
Yeah, so I have not listened to the podcast episode, but having lived through a decent amount of the GTG origin story, not the origin story, but the actual, but you know, sort of where they've come since we met them in 2011, it is really cool to have watched them go from these 3 guys on a shoestring budget at PAX to what they are now, which is, I mean, I think their team is like 11 or 12 people, and like they're all over the country. You know, like there were a couple people at PAX this week, but then Paul and Adam are in the UK and they're doing all these things. I mean, it has been a really, really, really cool to watch, and obviously to also somewhat draft off of their success. You know, that was some of what when we reorganized Handelabra Studio into Handelabra Games, that was part of the idea, was like when we reorganized, what we had at that time was Uncle Slam, Sentinel Sidekick, and a contract to make Sentinels of the Multiverse. And, you know, the unfortunate truth is that we basically had to cut the entire team down to just me and John. At one point, we had employed up to 10 people as Handelabra Studio. And so we did have to lay everybody off, but then we reorganized the entire company around this idea of, like, we're going to make digital tabletop games. And what's going to make that a reality is this contract that we have to turn Sentinels of the Multiverse into a video game. So...
Omni Cannon.
There's the Omni Cannon.
All right, I think. Yeah, I think might survive. Okay, let me play. If I play Omni Cannon, then I can play Recharge Mode out of my turn and have the -2. So let's do that, and I can start putting cards under it. And I will put every card under it. And that still won't be enough to kill Progeny, but...
Menzer says, still waiting for the Spirit Island video game. Okay, that game has been out for less than a year, so relax. You haven't been waiting that long. But we are also very interested in potential Spirit Island video game. And Takewalker says, I want Sentinels of Earth Prime digital. That game isn't even physical yet.
That doesn't even exist.
Come on!
I mean, we also want those things.
We also want those things, yes. Yeah, Sentinels of Earth Prime is under heavy development now. We've been in contact with the people that are doing the artwork, and obviously Christopher's doing the design.
By the people making that game, not by us.
Yes, sorry, yes, I should be more clear. It is in heavy design, I should say. Christopher is designing it, and the team is working on the artwork for it. We have not done any work on a digital Sentinels of Earth Prime. There we go. That is as clear as we can possibly be. But that doesn't mean that it's not a thing that we don't want to do. We would love, and we talked about this when they were having their Kickstarter, we think that Sentinels of Earth Prime Digital is a very natural extension of what we're already doing with Sentinels of the Multiverse and other kinds of things. So,
come on, Progeny, stop.
I believe
everything bad.
I believe that Earth Prime now is slated to be early 2019, the delivery for the physical game. So.
I need the hit points, but also need to not let my heavy plating get destroyed. So we need to destroy the Time of Tribulations.
I will stay in AFK and let you run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Louis, like, One Deck Dungeon, there's no two ways about it. One Deck Dungeon is not an easy game. It is hard, and that is, you know, I mean, that's built into the way the game is designed. You know, Chris from Asmati really wanted to build a game that had that sort of like oppressively difficult whatever, but as I'm hoping you're discovering, and I know that I discovered too once it came to digital and I could play it like over and over and over and over and over, it has got a really compelling, you know, sort of like, oh, but if I just play one more game, I'll do even better kind of a thing to it.
And you get better at it. Like, it's like we've seen a couple reviews that are like, it's totally random and you can't get good at it, but you definitely can get good at it.
You absolutely can get good at it. Just, you know, keep playing it and you'll start to understand, you know, what combinations of skills are going to let you change dice into what you need, you know? And, you know, the key thing that was when I first started playing it, when I didn't really know it at all, was like, hey, you know, you don't actually have to go into every room, right?
That's a big thing.
That is a big thing that I just didn't get. It was like, oh, well, I guess I'm going to lose this one. But no, you don't have to. Just excuse me, I almost was non-PG-13 for a second there. But you just say, nope, skip it, flee. I'll come back to you when I've got more skills.
Yeah, and like, heroic dice are great, and you can use them for skills. Use those dice.
Yeah, I'm currently leveling up a rogue in all of our testing builds. I'm adding little bits and pieces. The progression is super.
You went away. I can't hear you.
Sorry. I sat on my button again.
Oh no, bunker.
Language. Sorry, everybody.
Oh man, now the Pill of Hercules is playing the top card of the villain deck all the time. This is great. This game, I can't believe we're still alive.
I know, man. It's been like 56 minutes. How are we still in this game?
Yeah. There's no reason for us to keep this, so skip turn. I regained 2 hit points for sure.
Oh, watch yourself, Seamus Butler. That's Dirty Pool right there. He says Jeremy muted himself, something his wife may appreciate. Bunker has all the
eventually
cards.
Bunker might live long enough to shoot Progeny with Super Omni Cannon.
That would be amazing and epic, and I'm hoping that we can make that happen. And by we, I mean John, because I'm AFK.
Still immune to melee. Really, we just need to get him lower than Bunker, and then the dragons will kill him. That's the goal. But it's tough to get Bunker back up in hit points. We don't have the writing capabilities.
So Leo asks, if you do Sentinels of Earth Prime Digital, how might it interact with Sentinels? Would it be standalone with some cross-compatibility or some other way of connecting? We talked about this a little bit back when the Kickstarter was up. I don't know if we talked about it in an official capacity, but like our goal with it would probably be, and this is not any sort of confirmation, but one of the ideas we kicked around was we would launch it as its own game, but then we might also launch it as a DLC for the main Sentinels game. So like if you already own Sentinels of the Multiverse, you'd be able to buy Sentinels of Earth Prime as like another expansion pack so that it could all be cross-compatible and you could play them all together. If you are not at all familiar with Sentinels of the Multiverse, you could just buy Sentinels of Earth Prime as a standalone game, but then we might make all of the Sentinels of the Multiverse content available as DLC within that game. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it. Obviously on the tabletop, in the analog world, it's very easy to be like, you buy a bunch of boxes, you just bring them to the table and you play them. But on the digital world, you have to have an app that is a thing. And so if we were to do it, it's likely that it would probably be released as both a standalone and a DLC for Sentinels. But one of the things that we have been able to do is right now you actually do have cross-platform multiplayer between Sentinels on Steam, Sentinels on iOS, and Sentinels on Android. And one of the keys would be we would want to make sure, at least in some ways, that you'd be able to play, you know, Sentinels of Earth Prime versus Sentinels of the Multiverse or whatever. So whether or not that's technically feasible is something we'd have to look into. I mean, some platforms it would be very easy, other platforms it might not be so easy. So definitely some things that we're looking into. You know, obviously it's still 8 to 10 months away just on the tabletop. So nothing is confirmed yet, but we're definitely exploring whatever options we possibly can. So.
Take Walker, you could say that John is not dumb, but I am the one drinking 95% wine, so.
There you go. Yeah, I don't even know that I could get, like, vegetable stock in that size container for that amount of money.
It is very cheap. Oh man, Bunker with 1 hit point. Still rocking it. Progeny's taking more damage. Bunker doesn't need to do anything. The environment's gonna win. Yeah, let's draw cards. Oh, Bunker has no cards left to draw. Bunker's completely got everything in hand or under Omnicannon or in play.
Should we go back and play a card?
No, we can't play cards. So.
Oh, right.
Our Reckoning is going to destroy a Scion and Recharge Mode, but I think that's okay. Because we can have it destroy Scion of Flame, which is the same as what Recharge Mode is doing for us. So, ooh, yeah, I think I want the 2 hit points more than that. Or I could just like not, but I'm thinking if I could play Maintenance Unit and use that power to get more hit points. That might be more useful than the -1 or Recharge Mode right now, because I can't draw any more cards anyways, so I'm just talking to myself.
That's fine. Because we always talk about what we're doing when we do it and why.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to keep putting more cards underneath. I really don't just want to put all the cards. I could have Gatling Gun going, but he's healing that up right now, so that's not really useful. And yes, let's destroy Recharge Mode and play... Oh, but I can't play cards because I'm dumb. Alright, then I need to go back to the start of turn. Sorry. I forgot. I bet I can't play cards because of our Reckoning. Oh, I could destroy Ammo Drop instead. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's what I want. I am dumb. Like Takewalker.
Indeed.
There's so many messages about, like, I can't draw cards, oh my god, there's nothing left. This is the case that doesn't come up very much. Yep, choose melee. You're not AFK again, because you had to click a thing.
Oh.
Go to the chat and click AFK.
Yep. There you go. My team stopped from pulling a massive damage combo earlier as the patron god of damage. Did you feel that? Yeah, there was definitely a certain something.
These Holly collapses are making progress against Progeny. Alright, we will get rid of Ammo Drop. And we will get rid of Sign of Flame. We don't want things that help Progeny deal more damage. I made hit point progress this round from 1 to 2.
I will tell you that this is what's happening right now is a mode that I've actually advocated for since the beginning. I don't know that it's a mode we'll ever do, but this idea of like a single hero with a bunch of in-cap quote-unquote sidekicks. I know that this is a thing that people do sometimes on the tabletop where like like instead of playing 2 full heroes, they'll play 2 full heroes each. Like 2 people will each play 1 hero and 1 in-capped hero as a sidekick. And we've had requests for that as like a mode in the game. I don't think we ever would do it, but this idea of like 1 hero standing strong with his 3 teammates sort of bolstering him and helping him or her is a thing that is usually fun, because a lot of people at this stage in the game, they would just rage quit. Like Bunker at 4 HP, 3 in-capped heroes, Progeny over 60 hit points, we'll never win this. But as you know, here on Sentinels Live, we always play these games to the bitter end, and we sometimes win in situations where you might not think we would. And so I think that it's important for people to remember that sometimes these games can be the most fun ones.
I think that's a totally different thing, though.
What
you're suggesting has to do with making it simpler on the tabletop, and it's not the same kind of situation as this.
It's not. I'm just saying, like, there are at least 5 times I can think of that we have arrived in this situation on the stream where there's 1 hero still alive and 3 heroes incapacitated, and we've come back and won. And, like, the idea of starting a game like that could be kind of an interesting idea. Who knows? Maybe someday when we have mod support in Sentinels of the Multiverse, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh no, irreducible damage.
That would be neat. Oh no!
It's alright. I'm still alive. And Bunker has no cards, so nothing can happen on this. We need to destroy that ongoing card. But it might... Oh, yeah, we need to get rid of it. It needs to be gone. And now, okay, let's see. Let's just get rid of more cards. I've got 21 under there, that's 42 damage. I think I might have to go for the maintenance unit here. But is that even... I don't even think that's worth it. No, I'll die from toxic seaweed if I do that. So that's not smart. We just have to truck along and hope something happens. Get us a hit point. I don't think it can happen. I think this is going to be it. Yeah, take Walker points out maintenance unit will kill Bunker. So we'll still keep on with melee. But I think Progeny will get us on his turn. It was a good try, but we just didn't have enough hit points in the end. We needed that last one. That irreducible damage is the worst.
And there it is.
Oh no!
But there you get to hear that awesome Progeny music that Jean-Marc made.
It's true.
I'm sure nobody ever gets to hear that music. All right. Game
so this
2.
is actually the main music of the letters page.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is like the ending music.
Yeah. This is like on almost every episode that doesn't have other music. I never realized where this music was from because, like, I usually beat Progeny. And I forgot about it.
Yeah, at the end of the letters page there is wow, wow.
Screaming and the dying and the losing.
Yeah, this is the music that's under Trevor saying, like, the letters page is brought to you by the letter H and A, B, and F.
By the 4-H Club, the 5-H Club. The 5th H is helicopters.
Yeah, that goes... Christopher and Adam read letters to you. Christopher.
It fades into that guitar, so a nice transition.
By the way, if any of you out there are able to get to Gen Con, I'm sure they're going to be doing another letters page live, and that was amazing. Having everybody in the room sing along to the Christopher and Adam reading letters to you was so cool. If you can get there, you should do what you can to get there because it was amazing.
They'll have to one-up it somehow. We're not playing Progeny again.
I'm just hitting randomize. All right, hang on. Let me look at something real quick.
Did we play Voss last week after the Voss podcast? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did. Yeah, I was just thinking. I was like, maybe we should do Voss.
We have damaged Grand Warlord Voss. That was the week before. We like played a game where we just focused on Voss and not hitting anything else. It was great. We brought GI Bunker to make that possible.
Nice.
But now we could play a game focused on massacring his army. Expatriette is good for that.
Yep. I'm looking through the heroes again.
How about any heroes that can boost Expatriette's damage so that if a minion shows its head, she just like... So I'd go with Dark Watch Expatriette. And obviously the Argent Adept and Legacy.
I'm kind of vacillating between like a Dark Watch Mr. Fixer and a Chrono Ranger. Because I feel like they both do a lot of damage themselves. Dark Watch Mr. Fixer can like deal damage, which then makes other people's damage do fun things.
Other people's damage?
Yeah, like Dark Watch Master Fixer can do something where it's like, deal damage to this thing, and then all damage dealt to that thing is irreducible, or something like that.
Right. Yep. Whatever you like.
Yeah, I kind of, like, I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of, like, maybe not weird, but, like, these two are together because they're both from the same expansion pack, but I feel like I always want to play them together for some reason, so.
I'm going to go with Prime Wardens. Extreme Prime Wardens, Argent Adept.
Extreme! Yeah, do I want to Dark Watch Fixer?
Oh, and Dok'Thorarth goes with Voss in a bad way. That should be fun.
Yeah, that was what the randomizer came, and I've decided I'm not gonna erase it. So, all right, we'll do both of these, and then perfect. All right, boom. Cower before the might of the Thorathian conquering fleet. Not one more step. You're in trouble now. I've got my eye on you. All right, so Dark Watch Expatriette has got a couple of arsenals access, an RPG launcher, and a submachine gun. Argent Adept has got Inspiring, Supertonic, Instrumental Conjuration, Inventive Preparation, and Saraband of Destruction. Mr. Fixer has got a Bloody Knuckles, Harmony, Meditation, and Tire Iron. And Legacy has got a Backfist Strike, a couple of Fortitudes, and a Legacy Ring.
All right.
All right, so we got a Gene-Bound Frosthound, a Banshee, a Bionaut, a Firesworn.
And Victor.
Oof, that's not great.
Who wants to take more damage? Legacy can.
Yeah, Legacy.
The Angry Jelly Bean.
Who's the Angry Jelly Bean? The Firesworn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Christopher and Adam said they're like Smurf size or something. Like they're pretty little, actually, which is kind of funny.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Do I submachine gun and just hit everybody for a little bit, or do I arsenal access? Let's see what I get. What is everybody else going to be doing? Let's see.
The Argent Adept can make you use the submachine gun again.
Yeah, and Dark Watch, I've got a Bloody Knuckles, so I could, like, take out Victor right away and kill my Bloody Knuckles.
Or Tire Iron.
Oh, yeah, what is Tire Iron? Let's see. After he did that, targets 2 if you were destroyed. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you play the submachine gun, I mean, playing the submachine gun and using your powers like the same as me. Actually, it's better because then you get the +1 for next turn too. So if you play your submachine gun now and use your base power, I can let you.
Okay. Yep.
Play a card and then shoot the submachine gun.
I'm on board.
So it's like you get the 2 damage and then you also get it next turn. So. Let's see. I'm going to. Yeah, I've got Inspiring Supertonic, so. I've actually got 2 great songs that go great together, so I'm going to get the Lyra, which is the best instrument for playing them. But I'm going to... Yeah!
Nice.
Oh, +1 damage, but worth it. You might find ammo to put on your...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's arsenal access.
Wipe the board. That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, you won't take out the fire guy, but you'll get rid of everyone else if you play the incendiary rounds. Yeah! Hankroid's into it.
There isn't any...
Yeah, you want to hit the minions first and then Voss last.
Right, okay. Yeah, I can't get it to take out the Firesworn because of the fire damage, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that gets us. We have damaged!
We have damaged Grand Warlord Voss! Nice.
It's been 2 minutes! It's actually pretty unusual to damage him in the first round, so that was good.
That is true. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the tire iron is good, but it doesn't actually do anything for me this round.
Why don't you?
Neither does
you can
Bloody
play
Knuckles.
something and not use your power.
I know. So I'm looking at here now. I don't have.
Legacy can take out Victor, so.
Yeah, like, is there a style that I want to get? Let's see what the style options are.
Depends on what style you're looking for.
I know. Yeah, let's see.
You could always play Harmony, then you have it.
Yeah, I have a lot of good options if I just don't use my power. Yeah, I think I'll Harmony for now and see where we come. Is that a stream record? It might be a stream record. I don't know that we've ever damaged Voss in round 1.
I'm actually happy leaving the Firesworn there and Voss doesn't flip. Because the Firesworn only does 2 damage, so Voss does more damage on the other side.
Mm.
Orbital bombardment. I don't think we can get rid of that. So that might just happen.
There's the shock infantry that I just was listening about.
Yeah, Tempest's buddy.
Who has been perverted by the gene binding.
Actually, no, you have RPG launcher. You could take that out.
Oh, yeah.
That seems like a good idea.
That seems like a plan. And I should get rid of the infantry here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that seems like the
And then you can
smartest.
hit Voss. You have once again damaged Grand Warlord Voss.
Alright, and then I still have my aim in effect, right?
Yep.
So we'll have that. So yeah, so this will get 2. Oh yeah, right, because only 1 because of the other thing with the gene bound first one.
You should have hit the Gene Bound Firesworn first.
I should have hit that first, yep. Let's do that. I was trying to do the math in my head and realizing I was like, oh, it's only going to hit for 2, but that's not right.
But Legacy.
Because of Legacy.
So then 3 damage.
Ooh,
Still
hollow
haven't got
points.
your hair trigger reflexes yet, but we'll find it.
We'll find it.
All right. I can go with the Lyra here. 1 player may use a power now. Yeah, we can get double boosts on Galvanize potentially too, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Or on Expatriette. I think I want...
Well, if we have enough stuff to get rid of a double boosted Bitter Strike, if we have enough things to sacrifice for it, could do okay as well. Just saying.
Yeah. I think I'm going to just choose the Argent Adept to damage Voss, though. So.
Yeah, I could do 10 if I played... what's it called? And then killed something else first. Bloody Knuckles. But, oh, that's fine. All right. Oh, but I'd have to play Overdrive. Yeah, whatever. All right. So I have Harmony.
Yeah, you could just start collecting stuff, build a fixer, and then...
Yeah, I mean, where we're at right now, I don't actually see that as being that bad of an idea.
Yeah, like meditate into a style you want. And...
Yeah, let's meditate into... They're all in my deck, so let's see what the choices are. We got a Riveting Crane. That might be okay if he ends up playing some stuff that we need to get past. Use Monkey Fist. Yeah, I don't know. What style would you go with here? I'm leaning towards a Grease Monkey Fist just because. But I guess...
How much damage is he going to do on the flip side? 3 and 2. Yeah, I would probably go Grease Monkey Fist. It's always good to have a plus.
Yeah,
and
like
against Voss, like having the damage type change is good too. Let's draw more cards.
All right, Heroic Interception.
See, now with Heroic Interception, you can play Bloody Knuckles and leave it.
Gene-bound Ravagers.
They are minions, so they count for his damage reduction.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can see the little fire sworn on his shoulder of the gene-bound guard.
Oh yeah, look at that.
There. He's like a little smurf. And the guard came out, and the guard's like normal size, but like big beefy guy. More like Dwayne Johnson scale, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So do I hollow points on the submachine gun and get rid of that gene-bound guard?
That seems like a good plan.
Yeah. That's yeah. I'm just looking to see if the other option. Yeah. I mean, flak jacket. We got a lot of hit points. Arsenal access is more like maybe I'll get the thing that I actually could just choose to do right away. So that's what I think I'm gonna do.
And then you can take out the minion.
Yep.
There you go.
That'll
There you
do.
go.
A Smurf. There you go.
Alright, so now I can continue with my clever plan and play Inventor Preparation. And I think I will just continue to yell at Voss.
Yeah.
Pickpocker says, remember, Expatriette is the weakest hero and the submachine is her worst weapon.
Exactly. As long as you remember that, you can't go wrong.
Alright, someone can play a card. Perhaps Mr. Fixer to accelerate his setup, or Legacy could have a bolster allies. You might want to find a tool that you want.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Alright, another flak jacket. Vernal Sonata. Another Bloody Knuckles.
I guess you could play the Tire Iron if you wanted. Or like just Bloody Knuckles and hit and destroy the Bloody Knuckles is not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what I do with this particular Mr. Fixer. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Because like you really want like a jack handle or
Yeah.
a pipe wrench. Seven damage.
I'll
we
take
can
it.
go higher. We can go higher.
We can go higher! We can do it!
There's a pipe wrench. That's good. Pipe wrench will let you take less damage too, and potentially use redirection. Yeah, I guess Fortitude. Sure. I keep drawing heroic interceptions. It's like a message the game is sending me. Grand Warlord Voss plays his authority ziggurat. But he has no authority here. His turn was rather ineffective.
Ha! Lou Dolphin, whenever I hear a pipe wrench, I always imagine the janitor getting excited with his new toy. Knife wrench! You know, for kids. Any Scrubs fans in the house besides me and Lou Dolphin? All right, so let's see.
I've seen Scrubs a little bit because Brittany watched it, but we have enjoyed that the grumpy doctor from Scrubs plays the Flash's dad in the Flash.
Really?
Yeah, it's a very different character.
Huh.
He's just like a special guest star once in a while, but it's pretty fun to see that.
All right, but Louis, the last season was not that bad. It was. You just have to imagine it as being a completely different show that was just in the theme of Scrubs. Oh, I see what you're doing, Lou Dolphin. Season 9? There was a season 9? What? There was a season 9, and it was good. Scrubs is awesome. I've rewatched it like a dozen times, and it's amazing. All right, so what am I playing here? Let's see. Do I need any? I don't have that. Yeah, I kind of just want to Arsenal access and see what I get.
Sure. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Assault rifle and pride. Well, I have prejudice in hand.
I could put either one back on top of your deck if you want.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm going to do pride in play. And then all right, so he's got the Quark Drive Translocator out.
And that can trigger on the environment turn.
Right.
Because of them, there's 2 minions in there. I don't know if we want to prioritize it, but I would probably want to at least chip away at it.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna. Well, that's the thing. Like, is anybody? Is there any way to trigger me doing other things, or should I just submachine gun?
Argent Adept can let you use a power, or play a card and use a power, or play a card and use a power and play a card. Like, I can do a lot of things.
All right, so should I aim here and then be ready to do more stuff? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so let's do that.
I can hit you, and then you can use Pride and Prejudice if you want, like on your turn. And you also just do a shotgun, which is pretty good. Actually, I can let you play a card first, which I think is better. Unless we want someone else to play a card. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, probably not. Then you can get Prejudice out.
Yep.
Only you had Unload.
Yeah, I have that shotgun now too. Oof.
And do I want to play a card? Yeah, I feel like I want to have Shoe Spell in play, so I'm going to play that. And then I can use the Lyra so that I can use a power. Do you want to also play a card or just use power? You probably don't need to actually also play a card.
Yeah.
And take 3 damage for that. So I'll just let you straight up use the power.
Okay.
But at what cost?
Yeah, and so like I know we said we weren't prioritizing the translocator. Am I just going after Voss with these?
I mean, we should kill the translocator. Like, then he's just gonna keep doing nothing. So you could Pride and Prejudice, like, you basically kill it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right.
And then someone can play a card. Maybe Mr. Fixer wants to play a card. Yeah, you could play your tool.
Sure. Knife wrench. You know, for kids. All right, so I I have that. I have that. Yeah, I wonder if that's an interesting way to look at that.
Yeah, you could like blow up Fortitude if you want. I'll just play the other copy. So like if you want to like charge the translocator and then hit Voss, you could do that.
Yeah, that's I was looking at charge.
Charge is good because you don't have to destroy a card when you play it.
Yeah. All right, that's fine. So we'll charge the translocator.
Overkill.
Yep.
I guess you only had to hit it once with Expatriette. We did it wrong. Yeah, take it Fortitude. I'll just play it again. I have nothing else I want to play, so.
Okay.
And the game wants you to play Overdrive.
Yep.
There's some damage for Legacy. And military coming after us.
They're like, why are you participating in our internal conflict, heroes? Oh, there's the forced deployment. All right. So let's see. What has he got?
Yeah, I was hoping we would get that with hair trigger reflexes, but...
Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6. Yeah, six minions in the trash. And no hope of getting 60 points done to Voss before we're done.
Is there no hope?
I mean, maybe not no hope. Maybe John can find the hope.
I think we can do a lot.
I would probably Flak Jacket and then Pride and Prejudice here.
Tactical shotgun, man. You might draw unload. And that would be amazing.
All right, that's fine. I mean, I'm still gonna Pride and Prejudice because that's gonna do more because I still have my aim in play. So that's fine. I'll do that, and then I will Pride and Prejudice.
But you're not gonna die. So
No, yeah, that's true. I still have 17 HP, so that's fair.
And there's not that many minis in the trash.
All right, so that's 8 damage done.
Oh, you drew. What did you draw? Another flak jacket.
Yeah, I've got all the Flak Jackets.
All right. Yeah, I don't have a good way to get rid of... I mean, I could probably Prolific Flare, and I might be able to get rid of Force Deployment now, which would be good, because then we could get...
We can hit it.
To, like, kill those things, but... there's only a chance that could work. With Polyphoric Flare, I could let Expatriette do her damage again, or let Mr. Fixer do a pile of damage. I can also let Mr. Fixer like play Bloody Knuckles and then Overdrive, which would be good.
Yep.
I don't know if I make you use Bitter Strike, can you then Overdrive after that? I'm not sure. Let's try it. I'm not sure if that works or not. If I do that and I hit you, If you play Bloody Knuckles here, and use Bitter Strike to hit Voss for a silly amount of damage. And destroy, don't destroy Bloody Knuckles, but destroy, like...
Yeah, something else.
Something else, like Fortitude or one of the guns or something. Okay. Fortitude's fine.
Yeah, Fortitude, alright. Yeah, and then I'm going to have to get the gun. If I use my Bitter Strike twice in a turn, I'll have to do other things, because I don't want to kill his cool things that are giving him all the boosts.
Then I can let someone use a power. I can let Expatriette use a power, because then you can Pride of Prejudice. That's pretty good.
Oh, nice, okay.
For 6. And then if I let you play a card, you can play Overdrive.
Ooh.
Oh, you only get to use it once more again. That's still pretty good.
Okay, well.
So we probably, if I could have organized that better, because I didn't need to give you that power usage before, but I did want you to play Bloody Knuckles. So
yeah,
I think
so
it's fine.
What am I destroying here? Because I assume we want to keep...
Bloody Knuckles will destroy itself, so you can just destroy Bloody Knuckles.
Oh, it destroys itself at the beginning of the turn. Right, okay.
We probably could have slightly optimized that more, but you still wouldn't have got to use it more than once. So,
right.
You can play Overdrive now on your own turn.
That's what I was going to say. So if
I would still do.
Yeah, if I Overdrive here...
Still a pile of damage. And then you can blow up, like, Shoes Bell.
Okay.
So you were like, we can't deal 60 damage.
Well, we
did
didn't.
like 50.
We did pretty
and
close to that.
We would do a little more if I had done things a little differently.
Yeah, so like, should I...
You don't need this submachine gun because you can just play another one.
Oh, right. Yeah, I have another one. Okay, yeah, I understood. All right.
Oh, dual crowbars, that would have done it. If we had dual crowbar,
yep.
that would have done it. Because you would have been able to bounce things off of the military and for crazy amounts of damage.
So Faria says, I love the narrative here, trying to beat down Voss in personal combat before his army arrives to save him. Yep, totally. That's exactly it.
Well, and Legacy is just going to play Heroic Interception. And so much for forced deployment. But that was pretty good. I don't know how much damage it did. It was about 50.
46.
Was he at 60?
He was. I believe he was at 60. Yes.
Okay. Well, I could have hit it with Flying Smash if needed, but we can redirect this by discarding a card if we have something we want to discard.
I mean, I have 3 flak jackets, so
sure,
I'm happy to do that.
And just redirect it to someone who is immune to damage, like anyone but Legacy.
Yep. Oh, Voss, how the mighty have fallen.
He's not out yet.
He's not out yet. Yeah, I don't want to be speaking too soon. He's bringing out his army and his minions.
And they are doing no damage. Because Legacy is like, except the Frost Hound got Legacy a little bit.
So what are we doing about Irreducible to try and get this at Voss?
I mean...
Or I guess, I mean, I could take out the... Say it again?
You're gonna have to take out the guard.
Yeah.
Your submachine gun will do 1 to everything. Or you could shotgun the guard, or Pride and Prejudice the guard.
Yeah, I was thinking flak jacket. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm still the highest. I'm 17, so I guess I don't need a flak jacket.
Yeah, I mean, you could play submachine gun and like use aim, and then I will let you shoot your guns.
Okay, I'm on board with that idea.
Like with aim, now your submachine gun's doing 3.
Yeah, so if we can get rid of the guard, then I can wipe the board.
Yeah. I don't think I can get rid of the guard, but...
Yeah, well-timed heroic interception. Legacy sees the army on the horizon and goes off to face them alone. Yeah, that's what's so cool about this game. Like, the way that you can, like, apply story elements to anything that happens. Like, that's the thing that you don't get. I'm not going to go off on a rant here, but that's the thing you don't get in a deck-building game where, like, oh, you know, what you get is what you get. Like, Legacy is Legacy.
Ammo. Okay.
Say again?
You picked up an ammo, but that's not going to happen in... Oh, it will happen in the right order. Okay, I got this.
So, ammo on the submachine gun?
Yeah, I can let you play a card first. Without, I mean, I could do this by hitting you, but I'd rather not. So, but I can let you play a card and then use a power. On the sub, if you put it on a submachine gun, you hit the guard first and then take out everything. Oh wait, my other thing lets you play a card. Okay, I need to not do that. Let's go back to me playing a card. I need to hit you with my power. You're okay with that, right?
I got all the hit points.
All right.
Do your worst. Yeah, I think I'm going to listen to the extra episode on the way home tonight, even though I'm not done with the Tempest episode. I still have 38 minutes left in the Tempest episode, but I want to listen to this extra episode now.
Ooh, Silver Shadow. Okay, good. All right, let's put Vernal Sonata in hand, Conjuration on top, Spring Counterpoint in the bottom, and Supertonic in the trash, and then let you play a card. Now play your incendiary rounds. And then I can play a card. I can play the other Arcane Cadence, but I don't really want to. I guess sure I can. Oh yes, this is a dissonant. That is handy to have. All right, that's going to go in hand. Oh yeah, Syncopated is what we wanted actually all along. So Vernal Sonata on top, and da. And then I'll use this power, and so you can just use Submachine Gun now. Okay. I don't need to hit you because you don't need to play anything else, I don't think. So got that going in the right order this time.
Alright, take out the guard first. Although with as much damage boost, I don't know that it necessarily mattered, but that's fine. Alright, the Fire Sworn I can't hit. We'll hit the shock infantry. And
you're still taking out all the things that Expatriette just a little differently than we imagined.
Yeah. Fire and ice. Alright, and soldier. And this isn't gonna matter. Do I have to hit the refugees?
Yeah,
right?
You're hitting all non-hero targets. So
yeah. But do we want to
redirect it if we want to save them? And so Argent Adept can discard. He's got lots of cards.
All right.
And it's redirected to a not legacy.
All right, down to 11.
All right, a company text. Who wants to play a card? Guess Legacy can play a card. Flying Smash. Get his own Galvanize in there.
Nice.
Rare occasion. There we go. Argent upturn finally over.
All right, so
If you want to be real mean, you could bounce the crowbars off of refugees.
I was just thinking that. I was like, let's see if I hit the refugees.
Or you could, I mean, you could just hit boss and you already have 7 damage. Or you could like tire.
Oh, do I?
Boss. Tire iron might be nice.
All right, we'll tire iron.
Like you're already dealing 7 damage, like to begin with. So. I guess 6. So there you go. Tire iron.
Yeah, because of the tire iron that gets it done.
Pipe wrench, right? So.
Yep. All right. We have damage, Grand Warlord Voss. That was a good game. Like that was a lot of interesting strategy, a lot of like bouncing damage off of other things, and a lot of sort of figuring out what was the best way through. Like that was not a guaranteed win by any stretch of the imagination.
I would have won that game probably.
Yes, but you are, of course, John,
9 times out of 20.
the master of all things. I don't know that the average person would have considered that to be a guaranteed win. So, all right, it is 14 minutes till. So because I have to catch a train at a specific time, we're not going to play a third game. So that is going to do it for another episode of Sentinels Live. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. Sentinels of the Multiverse is the only cooperative comic book-themed card game that you should be playing. We do this every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do enjoy the show, please like, share, follow, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available on iOS, Android, as well as Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can always find more information about the game and download the free demo at sentinelsdigital.com. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm John.
And we're saying goodnight from the Multiverse. We will see you next week. Same Sentinels time, same Sentinels channel.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming. Bye.